First Lieutenant Spencer, I'm sorry. My name is Staff Sergeant Ellison. I'm with the Savannah Medical Recruiting Station. We just commissioned First Lieutenant Spencer. I want to say, I think it was the beginning of the month, right, ma'am?
Yeah, beginning of the month.
Not the exact date, but I do know it was the beginning of the month. She's here with us in order to give us a good Army interview about herself, about her venture in the military, from being enlisted to now being a commissioned officer. You have anything before we start, ma'am?
No, Sergeant.
No? Okay. So first, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about yourself, as far as everything from the beginning to now commissioning.
Okay, so I'm First Lieutenant Spencer. I'm currently an ICU nurse in a neurotrauma unit at a level 1 trauma center down south. I love it. I went into the military in July of 2009, a month after I graduated from high school, as a 68 whiskey. And I was on active duty up until January of 2013. And I was stationed on Fort Campbell, which I love Fort Campbell, 4th Brigade. And then I went into the reserves pretty much right out of active duty, I think maybe a few months later. And I was in units in Indiana and where else was it? South side of Chicago. And then when I got promoted to E5, they were like, you're going to a drill sergeant unit. And I didn't even know that was a thing in the reserves. I thought they were joking with me. I was like, for real? And they're like, yeah, you're going to a drill sergeant unit. So I was really excited about the opportunity. Because I also, like I said, I didn't know it was a thing in the reserves. So it's pretty cool to just happen to be promoted into that type of unit. So I went to drill sergeant school and I graduated September of 2018. And then about September 2018, so January 2019, I transferred to a drill sergeant unit on Fort Benning, which they are absolutely incredible. And when I was looking around at different drill sergeant units, they told me, they're like, yeah, we'd be happy to make a spot for you, but we serve Sand Hill and we're all 11 Bravos. So we've never had a female in the company, but if you want to come down here, we'd be more than willing to make a slot for you, and you have to go to infantry school. And I was like, sign me up. Sounds great. So I went to infantry school in April 2019. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing like infantry drill sergeant on Sand Hill since then. And my command's kind of always been after me, like, when are you you have your BSN, when are you gonna commission? And I'm like, I enjoy what I'm doing right now. So then I reached out to you guys. You guys have been awesome. And I direct commissioned to First Lieutenant, where I am now. And then because of my ICU experience, because I've been in the ICU for 3 years now, I was able to jump 01 and direct commission to 02, where I'm a critical care nurse, right? CC Sierra.
I again, from when we did the commission, congratulations.
Thank you, Sergeant.
It is one is an honor helping. For me, I enjoy helping a lot of people, especially soldiers. Especially ones that don't know about our program in the AMEDD. But I'm happy that I did help you transition from enlisted over to becoming our future officer. What inspired you to be a nurse?
So I remember being in high school, and when I first started looking into the military, I took my ASVAB when I was 15. So I was just like, that's what I wanted to do. So I honestly don't know where it started. It's something in me that's just always knew what I wanted to do, because when I first started looking to enlist, my parents were in the Marine Corps. So I went to the Marine Corps recruiter, and, they were like, do you know what you want to do? I want to be a medic. And they said, well, we don't have medics in the Marines. You have to join the Navy because they use Navy corpsmen. I was like, no. So then I went to the Army, and they were like, okay, you know, they give you your job options. And I told them, no, I want to be a 68 whiskey. That's what I'm doing. And then when I went to Mets, they even tried to tell me they didn't have a slot open. You know how they do that. So I told them, I was like, okay. They tried to give me some other job. I said, no, like if I don't get this job, then I'm not signing a contract. And then they're like, call somebody, you know, 20 minutes later, they magically find a spot for you. So it's just something I always knew I wanted to do. And I loved my time as a medic. I always have loved my time as a medic. There's just something about, I don't know, there's just something about being that person when someone needs you and being able to like be that difference between, you know, today and tomorrow that is just very rewarding. So when I got off of active duty, I immediately started looking into nursing school. And I always, even when I started nursing school, critical care was something that always interested me. So I just pretty much, I don't know what inspired me. It was just always this calling. Like that was always, I never thought of doing anything else. So
Everybody has those things. My calling, I do feel like, was the Army. I was supposed to do the Air Force. My mother pushed that, but no, I think the Army was one of my callings, and I'm proud of myself, and I'm definitely enjoyed my many years being in the Army. So I can see where nursing was a calling for you. What do you expect from the Army, as far as, you know, from being in the Army nursing corps? What expectations do you have from the Army?
I think one of the most exciting things that I look forward to is working with other critical care nurses or any type of healthcare provider, whether it's, you know, a tech, a nurse, a doctor. And I love working with other people because everyone's had different experiences. And healthcare is just one of those things that you're never going to know everything. And if you think you know everything, then that's not a good thing, because you don't. But just being able to learn from each other. So I love learning from other people through their experiences. And then also being able to pass on what I know to other people. And I love civilian medicine and military medicine can be very different. And I love being able to see both sides and then taking, you know, military medicine, civilian medicine, and then also using it in my own craft on my day-to-day basis and being able to combine the two, and you get the best of both worlds and then provide that to my patients. And then also I love working with soldiers. That's why I love being a drill sergeant, being able to work with soldiers again and provide them what they need, and then also provide what they need to their families. I think it's going to be very rewarding.
Just now that you're a nurse, though, that drill sergeant, I know it's going to be hard to get that mentality out.
Sometimes it can be helpful.
What are your short-term and long-term goals to be a nurse for being a nurse in the Army?
My short-term goals, I've been studying for my CCRN, you know, between grad school. So I would like to take that and pass that test. And then for long-term goals, I would love to graduate from grad school. I should graduate in short 4 years, but eventually I'm still kind of on the fence as what I want to do when I'm done with grad school. But I really would like to find myself in a position that I enjoy. Okay. After all these years, like putting in all this work, all this studying, at the end of the day, I want to find myself in a position where I enjoy, and then just continue providing that care to my patients.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask another, but you didn't answer that. you say you do want to pursue. And I remember you saying that too. You said it to us before that was a goal of yours. But I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to interview you. That way we can share this with other individuals or other soldiers that are thinking about doing the same thing that you're doing, but maybe they just need the inspiration or the push. You actually came a long way. Some soldiers, they go to enlisted route and they just, not to say that they get stuck there, but they just stay there and they have all this knowledge, all these skills, the schooling and everything, and they don't use it like they should, to pursue what they really want. And you did that, coming from enlisted to now being a commissioned officer, but it also being a nurse. So again, you have the best of both worlds, being on the civilian side and the Army. So again, thank you for this opportunity, or giving me the opportunity to interview you. And I wish you luck.
Thank you, Sergeant. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.